Hello, welcome to the Stocks and Shares Investment Masterclass. All right, let me quickly say this. This is not the formal masterclass like you know. I want you to see this as a discussion between me and you. All right, there is something I know about investing in the stocks and shares of Nigerian companies and other companies around the world that I want to really show you, and how you too can start benefiting from investing in the stocks and shares in industry. Okay, so let's go quickly. All right, so what is my objective for this masterclass? Firstly, I want to help you understand how the stocks and shares investment industry works. Okay, there are a lot of things going on in the stocks and shares investment industry that a lot of people are not really aware of. Okay, and I really I want us to delve into it in this discussion, and I'm going to really unveil a lot of things that will be beneficial to you as you begin your investment journey. And then secondly, I want to help you start your stocks and shares investment journey to wealth creation. Okay, because of course there is no point learning anything if you are not going to take action with what you've learned. All right, so the second part is going to be an actionable part. It's a part where you have to take responsibility. But let me quickly state here that you will need to take a very important action at the end of this training to start investing in highly profitable shares with 50% profit and above. Okay, so what I'm going to be showing you is going to be very practical, but I quickly want to say that it is not free. So this training is divided into two parts. The part where I share massive value with you on how you can start investing in stocks and shares investment industry. All right, and then the part where you have to take action to begin to make your investment an actionable step. All right, so that part is definitely not free. But then would you make a deal with me that if I am able to deliver massive value to you in the first part of this masterclass, then you will be able to take that step on the second part of this masterclass? All right, if we have a deal, I want you to type in the comment section deal. Okay, so let's go on very quickly. All right, so who am I? And of course, why should you listen to me? Now, firstly, my name is Lucky Johnson. I am a husband, a father, an entrepreneur, and a wealth creation coach. Okay, I teach people how to make, manage, and multiply money. All right, now I've been on this for quite some time. I've had some bad experience, very bad experience. I've had some good experience, and with this, I have really been able to gain so much capacity as far as the wealth creation industry is concerned. Besides being an accountant, I have been deeply mentored by some of the brightest minds in the industry of financial management and of course wealth creation. Okay, so I started my investment journey properly far back as 2019, and of course I would say that it has not been easy. Seriously, it has not been easy, because when I graduated, I started working immediately. Yeah, luckily, a friend recommended me. I got a job. I began to work immediately, but then my salary was 50,000 naira, and that was 2018 stroke 2019. Now, I know things are very bad right now, but still, as of 2019, 50,000 naira could not do so much when you have maybe siblings who were, relying on you for some sort of assistance. When you had Popsy and Momsy, I mean, calls will come now, and when these calls come, it's a call of responsibility, and you may need to have to support in one way or the other financially. So literally before the end of the month, I was broke. Like I was broke. That these were times when after you have exhausted your money, you have to borrow money to transport to work for the next few days before month end, when your salary will be paid again. So you see where we're coming from. I mean, but then I realized that just being an employee would not be able to solve my financial challenges. Of course, remember, I was a single then, not yet married yet. I was having that challenge. So I knew on time that I needed another vehicle for wealth creation. Okay, because there are different vehicles for wealth creation. A job is one of them. Another one is investment, and there are different investment vehicles. Like we are dealing with one right now, the stocks and shares investment vehicle. So I knew on time that my job will not be able to take me far as my financial life is concerned. So I had to quickly look at for other ways to start making money, and thankfully, as God will have it, I stumbled at the stocks and shares investment opportunity, and I began to learn everything I could learn about it. I attended a lot of seminars, both paid and free seminars on wealth creation, both live and online. And of course, we are here right now. Okay, so I've been able to raise significant amount of money to undertake some, capital intensive projects, of course, and for myself and for my family. All right, so in a nutshell, this is what I'm going to be helping you with in this masterclass course, okay? To raise significant amount of money for specific projects through investment in stocks and shares. All right, so follow me on this journey. All right, so these are some of my training sessions that I've had. I actually travel across Nigeria for trainings. At the top here, right here was a training we had in Port Harcourt. I was invited by my host. The chief host was Senator George Sekebo. If you are from Rivers State, you should know him, or if you are conversant with National Assembly. And the bottom left, there was a seminar we had in Edo State. Okay, it was a recharge card printing seminar, actually. Yes, I want you to stay focused on this training because it's part of the opportunities that I will be dishing out to you so that you can leverage on it to make money and then invest in stocks and shares. And of course, the middle one at the bottom was at Ondo State, and it has been wonderful. I've been to Port Harcourt, I've been to Asaba, and a couple of states actually. All right, so but that's not the focus in this training. So let's get to business. All right, this is part of my investment journey. Actually, as you can see, I just did a few screenshots of my investment platform, and these are some of the organizations I started with when I started quite early, as of 2019, 2020. So this is a Multiverse. It's actually a steel and mining company. This is Nigerian Brewery. Of course, you can see the different amounts right there, because one thing you are going to be learning very soon is that you can buy shares with as low as 50 kobo. You can see the different prices right there. This is UBA, this is Wema Bank, this is Zenith Bank, and of course, this is GT Bank and all of that. Now, I want you to take note of the Multiverse. Take note of Multiverse, the one up there, Multiverse. I had about 10,000 shares when I started, and it was 1.8 naira. I want to show you something very powerful. It was 1.8 naira when I actually started, and that was 18,700. But then look at what actually happened. Go to the screenshot at the bottom. Look at the second row. Can you see Multiverse right there? So I had increased my share quantity to 49,200. I bought more, and that cost me, about 100 and something to 200,000 or so. But I want you to take a look at the price. Take a look at the price. At the top, it was 1.87 naira, but at the bottom now, it had moved to 4.45 naira. Can you imagine that right now? This is actually more than 300% increment. 300% increment. That's one thing you are going to be learning even in this masterclass. But let's quickly dive into the main focus now. So, of course, still my portfolio as at then when I started, a few hundreds of thousands. But of course, you can start with any amount. You can start. You don't need to have 100,000. You don't even need to have 50,000. You don't need to have 20,000. With as low as 1,000, you'll be finding out that shortly you can actually start your journey. All right, so let's get to business right away. Okay, if you are ready, I want you to type in the comment section ready. Type in the comment section ready. So we jump on this. So what are shares? Very quickly, what are shares? In case you are hearing this for the first time, or maybe you've heard but didn't pay attention, maybe you didn't do a course related to business, finance in school, of course, this is your opportunity to really learn so much about stocks and shares investment industry. So what are shares? Now this is a definition from Investopedia. It says shares are units of equity ownership in a corporation. Now these are grammar, okay? But I'm just going to be breaking it down one after the other. Now in its simplest term, shares refer to a portion of ownership that you have in a company. In other words, if you buy the shares of a company like GT Bank, automatically you have become one of the owners of GT Bank. How does that sound? What's your name? My name is Lucky. Okay, Lucky is one of the owners of GT Bank. Put your name there, like you are one of the owners of GT Bank. You may not be sitting in their board meeting, but of course, man, you are one of the owners. And that is what being a shareholder or investing in stocks and shares can actually do for you. All right, so that means anytime the company makes profit, you have a share in the profit, no matter how big or how small. Okay, so this share of their profit is what we call dividend. They pay it to you. All right, but this is one way you actually benefit from being an investor in stocks and shares. Okay, so you can buy the shares of different companies from as low as 50 kobo per unit to as high as 1,000 naira per unit. Okay, so you see that you don't need to break the bank before you start investing in stocks and shares. No matter, even if your salary at the end of the month is 5,000 naira, you can start investing in stocks and shares as soon as possible. All right. Okay, so these are some companies that are listed in Nigeria stock exchange market. We have Zenith Bank, First Bank is there, GT Bank, Airtel, Boa Cement, Boa Foods, Dangote, MTN, Access Bank. A lot of companies are actually listed, as of course maybe you already know. All right, so let me show you this example so that we'll become more practical. All right, so please just follow me on this discussion as I begin to take you step by step practically. Now, the price of GT Bank shares was actually 46 naira per unit as of the time I was preparing this slide for this training. Okay, so as of the time, you can actually decide to buy 100 units of GT Bank shares. And if you bought, as at the time it was 46 naira, it simply means that 100 units of GT Bank shares will cost 4,600 naira. 4,600 naira. That is 100 units times 46 naira. Okay, and of course, the price of Tantalizers shares was 38 kobo per unit as of the time I was preparing the slide for this training. So if you bought 100 units of Tantalizer shares, that will simply cost you 38 naira. So do you see now that no matter the amount of money you earn at the end of the month, whether as a salary earner or a business person, you can actually invest in stocks and shares. Okay, so buying 100 units from GT Bank is costing 4,600. The same 100 units from Tantalizer, of course, whose shares sell at a lower price, was just 38 naira. Okay, so it simply means that you can buy as much as 10,000 units of Tantalizer shares if you have just 3,800 naira. 10,000 units, just 3,800 naira. Of course, you can start from there. Okay, the bottom line is that you can buy shares if you have as low as 1,000 naira or even less. All right. Okay, so let's delve in properly. How does the stock market work? How does the stock market work? And that is what we are going to be looking at, all right? Because you may be asking, how do I make profit from stocks and shares investment? Now, there are basically two ways to make profit from stocks and shares investment. They are not the only ways, but these are the major ways, okay? And number one is through capital gain. And then number two is through dividend, okay? And here Investopedia says capital gain is the increase in the value of an asset relative to the price that was originally paid for it. This is also grammar. All right, let's not even go to the part of dividend. Let me break it down again for you. Okay, so like I said, there are basically two major ways to make money when you invest in stocks and shares. Number one, capital gain. Capital gain is simply when the price of the shares of a company goes up or increases. So let's assume you bought the shares of a particular company for 10 naira per unit, and that company's share actually got a capital gain. It increased in value by say 50%. Now 50% of 10 naira is 5 naira. It simply means by the next day the price of that company's shares will be 15 naira. So let's take for example that you bought the shares of GT Bank. Say you bought 10,000 units of GT Bank shares at 46 naira per unit. Okay, 46 naira per unit. Now it will cost you 460,000 naira. If you do the calculation, 10,000 units times 46 naira, that's 460,000 naira. Okay, now then if the price goes up from 46 naira to 50 naira per unit by tomorrow, you will automatically have 500,000 naira. That is on 10,000 units times 50 naira. Do you get it now? That is how it actually works, and it is possible. It is as simple as the way I'm explaining it right now, because the price of a company's share can increase by 10% in one day. Yes, it can increase by 10% in one day. It can increase by 20% in one day. It can increase by 50%. I've seen a case where the price of a company known as Julie PSC is a pharmaceutical company. The price of the share increased by 46% in one day. And the previous day, the price had gone up by about 10%. You see, so all of these are actually possible. So in the case of this example we are citing here, it simply means that you would have made a profit of 40,000 naira in just 24 hours. 40,000 naira in just 24 hours. So you see how lucrative investment in stocks and shares can actually be. So number one is capital gain, when the value of your share increases. So when it increases, you can withdraw your money and use it for whatsoever thing you want to do. But of course, that is not the goal of investment. All right, you ought to leave your money to really grow to a substantial amount before you proceed to maybe using it for some project or the other. Okay, so it is possible for the price of a company's share to go up by 10% to 50% in 24 hours, like I said before. Okay, so that means if you have 10,000 units of GT Bank shares at 46 naira per unit, which is a total of 460,000 naira, and the price of the shares go up by 50%, it simply means that you are going to make an additional 23 naira per share. Let me explain. Now 50 divided by 100, 50% is what we're talking about here. That is 0.5 times 46 naira, that is 23 naira. So it simply means you get an additional gain of 23 naira. So let's add that 23 naira to the initial 46 naira at which you bought the shares. So that would be a total of 69 naira. It simply means that if the price of GT Bank shares goes up by 50%, by the next day, instead of having 46 naira per share, you would have 69 naira per share. And then your 10,000 units of shares that was 460,000 naira yesterday would be 690,000 naira by the next day. Yes. It simply means that by the next day, in just 24 hours, you would have made 230,000 naira. Can you see the kind of benefit that lies in investment in stocks and shares? But that is not all. Let me show you the second part. All right, so the second part of making money through investment in stocks and shares is dividend. So dividend is simply a portion of the company's profit that is paid to you as a shareholder periodically. Sometimes it can be quarterly, some companies pay once a year as the case may be, and some companies pay as much as 3.5 naira like Zenith Bank. Okay, so let's take this example. If you have 10,000 units of GT Bank shares and it is time for the company to pay dividends to its shareholders. Now if the company decides to pay say 2 naira as dividend, of course, recently GT Bank's dividend was about, I think that should be about 3 naira or so. Yes, it was about 3 naira. I can't remember, but I remember that of Zenith Bank was 3.5 naira. Yeah, sure. I think it was the highest in the banking industry. So let's assume that GT Bank decides to pay 2 naira as dividend or earning per share. You will receive a total of 20,000 naira. Okay, that's just extra money. This is not capital gain. So while your capital gain is making you money, dividend is also there to make you money. But in the case of dividend, it is paid straight to your account, your bank account. You withdraw it and you can use it. But capital gain is added, the value is added to your portfolio in your investment account. All right, but sometimes the dividends can be used to give you extra shares. Yes, but these are technical issues. I don't want to talk about them right now so that you are not confused. So let's move further. So how do you start investing in stocks and shares? How to invest in the share market? And that's what we are talking about in this next section right away. So how to invest in the shares of a company. So the following are the step-by-step procedure you need to follow to start investing in the shares of any company in Nigeria and of course around the world. Okay, so number one, create a stocks and shares investment account with a stock broker or a stock brokerage firm. All right, you cannot move straight to a company like say Dangote and say I want to buy shares. No, they can't attend to you. All right, you have to go through the Nigeria Stock Exchange, but you can also approach the Nigeria Stock Exchange, and that is why you need to go through your broker. Your broker is like the bank. Okay, yes, you deal with the stock market and the shares of different companies through your stock broker, then through the Nigeria Stock Exchange to the companies. Okay, so to create an account, you will fill a form. Some of these forms can be digital. All right, others can be maybe manual forms that you have to print out from your email and then you fill it. Once you do that, you have to provide some documents like your ID card, okay, your NIN, all right, BVN, bank verification number, utility bill, which is your NEPA bill, all right, and of course passport photograph in some cases actually. All right, but what one company may require from you may be different from what another company may require. So number two, complete all the necessary documentations with your stockbroker. Once you open your account, you have to update your account. So you have to submit everything that they request from you based on the documents that we listed in number one above. Okay, so let's go to the next point now. All right, next, once you have created your account and you have updated, the next thing is you deposit money from your bank account into your stocks and shares investment account. All right, it's just the normal way. It's as simple as ABC. You can use your debit card, you can do a transfer to your account. All of these processes are accepted. Okay, so you can deposit as low as 1,000 naira to as much as 1 million naira and above. Yes, as low as 1k can be deposited. You buy your shares, you relax, you have some more money tomorrow or next week, next month, you continue to buy. It's as simple as that. But you must note that your stock brokerage firm will charge you a small fee. It's like a commission when you make deposit. All right, they charge you a small money, but of course some of this fee goes to Paystack because these are the payment platforms that you have to go through to make deposit in your investment account. So next, after you have made deposit, you don't just sit idle and then money starts pouring in. No, once you have money in your account, the next thing you have to do is to search for companies with profitable shares to buy. Search for companies with profitable. This is where the technicality lies, because if you just buy the shares of any company and believe that, oh, I'm already an investor, in 1 week you may be shocked that your money can go down the drain. Yes, that is why you need to be very careful. So you take your time to search for companies with profitable shares in the stock market, and there are strategies to do that. There are strategies to actually do that. So next, once you have identified companies with profitable shares, the next thing you have to do is buy the quantity of shares you can afford per time. Don't overburden yourself so that you don't use all your money to buy shares and then you cannot pay your bills any longer. Buy the ones you can afford. All right, so that is what you have to do. But of course, take note, when you also place order to buy shares, your stock brokerage firm will charge you a small fee. All right, it depends on the platform that you will be using. Okay, so next, once you have bought shares, what do? Wait and make some profit. So this profit is going to come from capital gain and dividend. So when dividend comes, you are paid, you can enjoy it, or you can use the money to buy shares again. depends on you. It's a strategy I recommend. But then capital gain too can also help you increase the value of your shares, so that let me refer back to multiverse shares that I bought as of that was 2019 or thereabout. As of the time I bought it, it was 1.87 naira. I believe you saw the amount, 1.87 naira. But this is 2024. As we speak, as of the time I was putting these slides together, multiverse shares had gone up to about 18 naira per unit. 18, you know what that means? 18 naira. I want you to calculate it. Calculate 10,000 units times 1.87. That's 18,700. And then calculate 10,000 units by 18 naira. That is a lot of money actually. You can punch your calculator to verify that. Okay, but then let's go on. So once you have bought the amount of shares you can afford, you need to just wait. You need to wait for your investment to grow. Investment in stocks and shares is not a get rich quick scheme. It's not MMM that you put money today and tomorrow or two weeks time. Of course, shares can increase in value by 50% in 24 hours. But I'm not guaranteeing you that it will always happen for all the shares that you buy. But of course, I can guarantee you that there are specific companies that have that track record based on how I have dealt with them. So you can make as much as 10% to 50% profit in one day, in 1 week, or in 1 month. Okay? But like I said, unfortunately, you can also make loss to the point of even losing all your money. It's true, you can make loss. This is one thing I have to let you know, okay, as you begin your journey. But if you follow the principles that I'm going to be sharing, I guarantee you that there is no way you are going to lose your money. It's true, because I've been there. I've experienced the things that made me lose money, and I've experienced the things that also made me gain, and I'm wiser now, right? So the next thing, once you have waited and you have made some profit, the next thing to do is what? Sell your shares and withdraw your money to your bank account. It's as simple as that. Maybe you have a plan to buy a car in 1 year. You can start investing some money on a monthly basis, depending on how you want it to grow. And then if you have had about 2-3 million naira in your account, you can sell the shares within 24 hours, pull out the money, buy whatsoever you want to buy, like that. Okay, so this is a very powerful platform, I must assure you. Okay, so I want to hear from you. I've been the one talking. So have you been getting value from this discussion so far? So if you have been getting value, I want you to type in the comment section below. Type value in the comment section below. All right, I want to know, so that of course it doesn't seem like I'm just speaking to the air. Right? Okay, thank you so much. So let's get going. Now I understand that you already have interest to start your investment journey, and that is why you came into this masterclass. Now I have the stocks and shares investment masterclass course. Actually, remember I told you before that this masterclass is divided into 2 parts. The first part, of course, I'm going to be taking you through how to understand the stocks and shares investment industry and everything. And then the second part, I said I'm going to be needing you to take action, and of course it is not free. All right, but then if you are convinced truly, sincerely so, that what I've been sharing has been valuable, then you should pay attention to what I'm about to show you right now. So the stocks and shares investment masterclass course. Now I know how difficult it can be when you try to do something, especially for the first time by yourself. Have you tried driving a car for the first time? Yes, I've tried it, and man, it wasn't funny. Have you tried riding a bicycle? I mean, almost everybody have ridden bicycle before. Have you tried? Like, you can literally get injured in a moment, and then after a few days of coaching and all of that, man, you can't imagine that you were the one that fell off the bicycle, just 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. So this is what it is like when you try to learn how to drive. You can imagine this girl right now. She's almost crying, but you can see the guy in front with her is the coach, and his responsibility is to guide her so that she doesn't hit maybe a pole or hit another vehicle on the road. That is the responsibility of a coach. And of course, I can tell you, when you are going to start your investment journey, especially in the stocks and shares investment industry, you need a coach. Yes, you need a coach. Otherwise, you are going to, in fact, in the first place, it will be so frustrating to even start because you don't even know what. And let me tell you the truth, there are scam platforms on the internet that they can tell you that, oh, you can sign up with us. We start, you can invest in this and that and that and that. Even though they are talking about stocks and shares, many of them are scammers. You can verify from the Nigerian Stock Exchange. They flag many of them that these guys do not have license. So if you go ahead, there's a tendency that you may lose your money because these guys can literally. How many of us remember? Do you remember NBA Forex? Oh my goodness! I literally went to NBA Forex. I even recommended my guys. A friend of mine lost about 1.5 million naira to NBA Forex. Another of my friend in Port Harcourt, she lost, I think that should be about 500k. I mean, so you see, these are some of the risks that you stand when you are not properly guided. But of course, I want to give you a perfect guide for stock market investment. All right. And what is that perfect guide? It is simply the Stocks and Shares Investment Masterclass course. Now, as you can see here, become a master investor in Nigerian stocks and shares and increase your cash flow for wealth creation. So you are going to learn my time-tested proven strategies for identifying and buying highly profitable shares with at least 50% profit and above in a year. At least 50% profit and above in a year. And of course, there are companies that have done 1,500% in 1 year. In 1 year, I mean, it is so massive. So you can take a look at some of the things you are going to be getting from this particular course. And of course, there are bonuses. Now you may be asking, why should I get the Stocks and Shares Investment Masterclass course? Wait a moment, I want to show you something. All right, I want you to take a look at this right now. Now look at this part. It says, did you know that Transcorp Hilton hotel shares grew by 1,500% in 2023 alone? I mean, that was massive. Now, in this particular course, this is what you are going to be getting from the course. This is the course content. They are all videos, 14 videos in total. I mean, it took quite some time to put all of this together. All right, there is the introduction there where I began to talk on. There are deeper details I shared about the stock investment industry in the introduction part. And then I talked about what I titled the how cube of wealth creation. There are 3 hows that you need to know in order to be able to create wealth. Number 1, how to make money. 2, how to manage money, which is how to keep money, how to save money. And then number 3, how to invest or multiply money. I talked about these 3 things in the module 2 of this course. And then in the module 3, I talked about developing investment mindset. And of course, there are mindsets you need to develop in order to be able to stand strong and to skate through in the investment of stocks and shares. It is very important you develop. If you don't know these things, you can start today and your energy will be deflated in 1 week because there are things you do not know. And then how to create your stocks and shares investment plan. I have a plan that I work with, and of course I'm going to share that plan with you. Of course, how to create your own plan, a plan that is unique to you, that you can work with so that you can create wealth within a period of time. Module 5, how to create your stocks and shares investment account with your CSCS and your CHN number. These are like your account numbers with your stockbroker and then the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And then I used 2 companies actually, and then we have module 6 right there. Module 6, how to deposit money from your bank account to your stocks and shares investment account. And then I also shared in module 7 how to place order and buy the shares of different companies. All right, in module 8, this is where I really keyed it. In module 8, 99% guaranteed strategies for identifying and buying highly profitable shares with 50% and above yearly growth yield. They are platforms, softwares, websites that I have subscribed to strategically that I use to get valuable information on whether the price of a company share is going to increase or decrease and all of that. And I'm willing to share them with you, of course, in this particular masterclass. And then Module 9, how to sell your shares and withdraw your funds to your bank account. And then Module 10, I did a challenge here, which is the 1 million naira investment challenge. I challenged, my students on how to raise 1 million naira through their investment. No, you don't have to put the money like you put 1 million. No, that no matter the amount of money you are putting little by little, it can sum up as capital gain begins to build to 1 million naira. If you understand that strategy, you can push it to 2 million, 3 million, as the case may be. And that's not all. There are bonuses, as you can see right here. So take a look at these bonuses. Financial management and investment books. I have some books here that are also available for you in this course. And then you have a free ticket to join my closed stocks and shares investment or investors community on WhatsApp. All right, you have that ticket. It simply means that by the time you start implementing, I will be there to guide you. I will be showing you, no, don't buy this, buy this. Then you can relate to me, oh, I want to buy this. Is it ideal? I have to guide you even consistently. All right. I mean, there is so much. This is what one of my students had to say. He said, I'm short of words to describe the masterpiece behind this course. It's really great and a must-have for anyone. But now I want to show you something very quickly. Let me show you something very quickly. Let's get back to the slides. Okay, so I wanted to see what my students are saying about the stocks and shares investment masterclass course. I wanted to see some of these testimonies. Or of course, some of these guys, they joined my masterclass before now. This is Sam the Beloved. He said, hello, Lucky Johnson. I'm impressed with the value you dished out on your YouTube channel. I myself am an active shareholder with MTN shares. However, I want to diversify into other profitable shares owing to the fact that you are a patient and simple teacher. Thank you. I will like to buy into your masterclass. I mean, a lot of people are buying into that. Even people who are already investing in shares, because it's not just about being an investor, but do you have the strategy? Have you been making money? That is it. And especially if you are just starting for the first time. And this is of course a departmental president then in my alma mater. It says, good evening, sir. How are you doing and how is home? I've gone through the YouTube video and I have to say you did a great job. Thank you, Ife. Investment in shares and stocks is something I had in mind right from school days. When I finished, I was prepared to go into it, but didn't quite know where or how to start. And that's what many people are struggling with. And I don't know whether you are in that position right now. You don't even know. You like to, but you don't know how to. All right, that fear and all of that. It says you actually helped to break it down, but I believe that's not enough to become confident to start. I believe that's not enough to become confident to start. Really true. Really true. It is not just enough. The mentorship is quite essential. It says, so I will be making the pre-launch order to secure my spot. This was before I launched the course. And as you can see, this is a lot here from First Bank, actually, as you can see the logo right there. But let's move further. How much is this course? You may be asking, how much is it? Now, considering the value that I have shown you, which you are going to be getting from this course, it will be worth it if I decide to charge you 50,000 naira. True. It will be worth it if I decide to charge 100k or even 150k. But, I have to consider the state of the economic situation in Nigeria, right? And so this is it. The course is hosted live on Seller, like you have seen just now, and it's going for 25,000 naira. 25,000 naira. But hey, I want you to hold on. All right. Now, I like to show people who are fast action takers what I call unfair advantage. Everybody cannot pay 25,000 naira. No, I like to treat people based on the way they position themselves. And for fast action takers, I'm going to give this masterclass course to the first 10 people who will take it for a whopping discount sum of 9,900 naira today. 9,900 naira today. Instead of 25,000 naira, you pay 9,900 naira today. Listen to me. If you are fair to yourself, you agree with me that the things I have shared before now and the things you have seen in the module, they are so valuable that 9,900 is nothing compared. It is true. I've gone to master classes that I was paid way more than that by individuals in those sessions. All right, but then that's not only what you are going to be getting. Sometimes when I begin to put these things together, I try to caution myself, say, Lucky, are you sure about this? Are you sure? Because now I understand that you need to have some money to enable you invest consistently, of course, in stocks and shares. And for that reason, I'm going to give these first 10 people a business opportunity that they can use to make extra income. Remember, I talked about a seminar I had in was that Ondo? I think that was that Ondo or Benin. Yes, I think it was Ondo and Benin too. I'm going to give you the opportunity to get this course from me, the recharge card printing business blueprint. Okay, it is the ABC step-by-step guide on how to start a recharge card printing and distribution business here and now. And the worth of this particular training is 25,000 naira. Of course, the ebooks are there, videos and all of that, they are there. So this is in addition to the masterclass on investments that you are getting, so that with this you can make money and then you can begin to invest in addition to the current job or business that you do. And of course, not only that, there are more bonuses. Now, I will also give you my top 3 premium ebooks for free. Number 1, how to pay off debt faster. 5 proven strategies that I myself use to get out of debt. Okay, if you are in debt, you can use these strategies. If you are not, you can recommend it to someone who is in that situation. And this is what 5,000 naira. It's an ebook, is what it is so valuable. It's on it's actually on Amazon and it's making sales across the globe actually. And then why you should start your own business, it is worth 5,000 naira, an ebook. And then how to save your money effectively, people who are struggling with saving, this book is also worth 5,000 naira. What's the total of this? 15,000 naira. So what's the total? Let's begin to highlight them one after the other. So number 1, the stocks and shares investment masterclass course worth 20. In fact, it is worth more than 25,000 naira. But I just had to put a price which I placed on it, 25,000 naira. And then the recharge card printing business blueprint, 25,000 naira. How to pay off debt, the ebook, 5,000. Why you should start your own business, ebook, 5,000. How to save your money effectively. And the total value of everything you are getting is worth more than 65,000 naira. I must admit, if you agree with me, then if you are sincere, you should agree with me. It is true. It is worth more than this, but I'm giving it to you like that. Okay, I'm giving it to you for just 9,900 naira only for today. Actually, all right. So these are some of the guys who have taken the course. Take a look at this. This is Nwando Emmanuel, and this is his receipt from seller. It says, "I, Nwando Emmanuel, thanks for your purchase." And as you can see, 9,900 naira there. And there, this is Odwini Aroture Blessing. Thanks for your purchase, 9,900. And of course, this is Omoife Bazunu. Thanks for your purchase. This is Favor Joseph. Thanks for your purchase. I don't want to bore you with screenshots of purchase. You should be the next person taking this discount right now and right here. Okay, so talking about those bonuses that I mentioned, they are added. Once you are taking it, everything is delivered to you along, side. This is Efe is sharing his testimony. I was already at module 8 when my battery temperature made my phone shut down. Says, seriously, the 25k itself is a heavy discount. Hey, whoa. In fact, I should have made it 50 now or 100, but nothing lost. It says, I don't actually regret paying 9,900 cost. This cost is pure value. It says, I wish it actually came much earlier. Even last year when I made some rather careless financial decision. It says, all the same, thank God it came now. Even without the stocks and shares modules, he said the earlier modules stand apart as a course of its own. Maybe I should consider splitting it into 2. I will sell the first part as a course and I will sell the stocks and shares then. But this is what we do. We give our value. That is it. We give our value. Sometimes almost free. right? It says, then adding the stocks and shares modules just made shut down the show with a pack of value. And of course, here it says, you are definitely not getting the actual gain you deserve for putting this together in terms of the price rate, but I believe and pray that you are richly blessed by God to keep soaring. Amen and amen. Amen and amen. Some of the things that we do is not just about the price. For us, the price is to get you committed. Yes, because when you pay attention. I could have given it to you for free, but there are courses that I myself, they gave me free. I did not watch it. But the ones I bought, truly they were valuable. I had to watch it. So if you buy this course, you watch it. If I give it to you for free, you may not watch it. All right. So it's just a commitment to you. But of course, the energy that we put in is so much. It says, this is someone else right now. I said, just completed the course. I'm really grateful for this exposure and guide. It says, I'm opening my account now and we start investing tomorrow by God's grace. It says, I also love the dimensions of money concept you explained. Thank you. 3 points of concentration is truly the right way to view money and for an optimized use. All right. And then this guy here says, the money I deposited in my investment wallet has been it says has been hanging since last week, but landed yesterday. Thank God, because this is what mentorship can do for you. Sometimes there could be some glitches that I will need to guide you on how to go about so that the money can drop, everything can go smoothly. It says, so I will be starting off my investment today before 2 p.m. All right, because the stock market operates from 10 till about 2:20, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. All right. Okay, so I bring it before your face once again. This is the value you are going to be getting. Remember the stocks and shares course, worth 25,000. The recharge card, this recharge card printing blueprint, I mean, it is massive. It is massive. It is massive. Very massive. If you don't need it, you can give it to your sister. Let her start doing it. You can give it to your brother who is maybe secondary. Let them start doing it. And then looking at this, the total value is worth more than 65,000 naira. But you will only pay 9,900 naira today. That is a whopping discount of 55,100 that I'm giving you. Just dash. I mean, that's so much. That's so much. So this is what I need you to do right now to take your slot among the first 10 people today. Send me a message now on WhatsApp with the code SASIM, SASIM. Just send it to me. This is my WhatsApp number 070-8860-6650. Send me a message now. Don't wait till tomorrow, because I mean, by tomorrow I would have removed the discount, and of course maybe the price would have been stable at 25,000 naira, so that let me know that I'm getting the fruit of my labor. I mean, you know. Okay, so send that code right now to my number. And of course, if someone else actually recommended you to join this masterclass, you can also reach out to them or let me know who that person is. Let me know who that person is. I actually like to appreciate people for helping me out, you know, to reach out to more people. I'm not an ungrateful person. Okay, so if somebody recommended you or gave you the link to this masterclass, then I mean, you should let me know about them. Okay, and then we proceed from there. But send me a message now with SASIM on WhatsApp to this phone number right now, right here. So what are your goals for this year? Maybe you want to get married if you are a single, or you already have a plan. Maybe you are married to raise a family. Your wife is currently pregnant. Bro, sis, sir, ma. If you do not take your financial destiny in your hands, I can tell you a lot of things will do you like a dream. It is true. A lot of things will do you like a dream. You will be shocked that you have plans to achieve something or to do something, and it's not coming to fruition. Why? Because you are not taking actionable steps, and one of them is in the area of finance. Whatever you want to achieve, whatever project you want to embark on, you need money. And one of the easiest way to actually raise money, it is through investment in stocks and shares. Because for instance, like Transcorp Hilton Hotel shares it increased by 1,500% as of 2023/2024. It simply means that if you invested 100,000 naira alone in Transcorp Hilton Hotel shares by the early month, which is January of 2024, you would have made 1.5 million naira. Can you compare 1.5 million with 100,000? This is one of the easiest way that people can actually achieve their goals. You better not skip this. You better not skip this opportunity, because opportunities like this don't come every day. So I love what Les Brown said. He says, if you want to be rich, watch what rich people do every day and do it. And one thing they do is invest. They invest. Yes, they invest. All right. He says, and watch what poor people do and don't do it. It is as simple as that. And I love this from our chess master. How many of you know this guy, Tunde Onakoya? The guy that won, I think, the 60 hours or 58 hours marathon Guinness World Record. You know, he played for about 58 hours to 60 hours. Won all of the games literally. I mean, this guy is a genius. And this is what he has to say just a few days back. He said, don't choose comfort at the age of labor, so you won't labor at the age of comfort. Can you see that now? If you are a young man like myself, maybe in your 20s or 30s, listen, I want to encourage you. It is even more profitable for you to start investing now than someone who is 50 years old, 60. You can start investing at any age, know that. But imagine that you started investing at 25, and the next 10 years you've invested in some couple of shares and they have grown. I mean, that's massive profit, massive wealth creation for you as an individual. So do not sleep on this opportunity. Come to my DM right now and send me a message with the code SASIM, SASIM. Send it to me directly. I'm also going to leave a link in the description of this masterclass video. A link. All you need to do is click on the link. It will reroute you to my WhatsApp DM. It will take you to my WhatsApp DM. There is a default message there. Don't edit it. Just send it directly to me, and then I will respond to you immediately. All right. So thank you, my millionaire friend. So tell me, has this been valuable so far? If it has been valuable, I don't want you to be stingy. You can just drop a comment below and say, thank you, Lucky Johnson. All right. You can just drop a comment. And of course, I thank you for showing up for the masterclass. All right. If you didn't show up to watch it, then who will I be talking to? So thank you. I hope to see you in my DM in a moment. Okay. Remember, the discount is only for today. Come to my DM and send me a message. Thank you. Ciao.